You know,
What
I'm
do you?
tomorrow. You know, we discussed with her yet. With tomorrow,
You're gonna start with
the
Tony,
Lincoln Library Lab.
the Tony guy.
Yeah,
Okay. And are you feeling okay about that?
hopefully.
You gotta check it out first.
I know where it is. Make sure that everyone, people that work there, know that I'm supposed to be there.
Okay. I'll shoot them an email and I'll include you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, I've been telling you about make sure people that.
One at a time because we're video recording it.
Make sure that the steel workers know that I'm supposed to be there too, so they don't just like show up and like not prepared for me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed your part. One time I didn't know.
Okay. Have a seat.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anybody have any concerns about their internship or any questions?
No.
No? Is everyone clocking in and clocking out?
I clock out differently, actually.
Right, because you're being paid by Subway.
Yeah.
Correct. And Julia, are you being paid by Starbucks?
I think so, but I don't know when they're paid, probably before graduation.
Okay. All right, anybody else have any concerns about their internship site?
No.
No? Louis?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out my lunch thing. I've sent my paperwork and everything to Chuck. But then he's supposed to send me back this paperwork that this other thing I was supposed to sign, but I still haven't gotten yet.
Okay,
But I mean, I'll just get my time.
yeah, when did you send it?
I think I said it might have been last week maybe. And then I talked to him about something else last night. Actually, he said that he was gonna send me my other form thing. I emailed him that last night, and I think he's still trying to get it.
Okay, all right. Sending someone a reminder email is a very good idea, smart thinking. You know, if you don't feel like you're getting your information by early next week, you can send me an email and I can see if I can help you out, okay? Any other good questions about your internship site? No? Julia, you had a question.
I am still confused about the new work evaluation for
Okay.
all of us.
I don't know how I could find it. I couldn't find that.
Could
How,
you write down the steps, cause I'm still confused.
Okay, what are you confused about?
Like how to do it and how Dominique, my Starbucks job coach, with how she can fill it out.
Okay.
Cause I told her about it.
So those are actually all very good questions. So my first question to you is, how often are you supposed to do the job site evaluation? Michael? Once a week, that's correct. And how often is your job coach supposed to do it?
once a week.
Once a week, okay? Unless you have a national support job coach, which some of you are being job coached by the people in your actual site. So like Steve, your employer's not gonna wanna fill that out every week.
Yeah.
Okay? Especially if you're in a paid position, paid as in the university's not paying you. If you're not logging into Flex, but you're
Yeah.
getting paid, then your job coach is probably not going to do that every week.
I'm guessing
Okay.
mine probably national. I'm guessing too, but we don't know nothing's for sure yet.
Correct. So some of you, your job coaches are not going to do it every week. I will get with Diane and Katie, and we will send you an email that tells you how often your job coach should be doing it. If you have a UC student, University of Cincinnati student that's job coaching you, they need to do it every week, and they should know that, okay? If you're being paid by someone besides University of Cincinnati, we need to discuss it, because we want information, but we don't wanna put a burden on them either, so that they're not
Right.
happy with their employer,
Right.
okay?
Right.
So, most of you need to do it you all yourselves need to do it every week, okay? And then some of you will have your job coaches do it every week, some of you will have your job coaches do it a different amount of time. I will send you an email. Julia's question is, and Seth's question was, where is it? Which is actually a very good question. Right now it's in Google Docs, okay? because Diane and Katie and I have to figure out where we're going to store them. Okay, I did send it in an email last week.
To all of us.
Did you guys get that?
I didn't.
You did
I
not?
didn't get it.
You did not?
No.
We didn't get it.
I don't know if I got it.
Really?
We
I definitely
didn't
did not
get it
get
at
it.
all. I was looking for that email, I didn't find it.
Well, hold on 1 second then. That could be a problem.
No, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a huge problem.
Could you resend it to me?
She wa-
I will be happy to resend it. All right, so after class today, I will resend it.
Okay.
Okay, but I also want it to be on the job coach page, and I want it to be on our class page as well, so you could go to those sites together.
Okay.
Okay, what was the one thing that we changed about the evaluation?
Like the 1 to 3 thing.
Seth, yes, and you're rating yourself 1 to 3. Which number is the best number? Michael? 3. Yeah, you guys need to speak kind of loud because Seth is recording it. Because we have 3 students that can't make it.
It
because of
probably,
their
probably,
work
you
schedule.
probably can't hear them from over here.
Right, so
Probably.
if you can speak up, but yeah, you're right. 3 is the high number, 1 is the low number.
Yep.
Okay, and it's a drop-down menu, so you can do it electronically. And then that's what we're trying to figure out where we're gonna have you,
Oh, okay.
where we're gonna store them, okay?
Yeah.
But you also need to send them to me because then I give you credit for it.
Right.
Okay, so if we look at our syllabi for this week, it says that you have one due. Okay? Right? Not today, like it's assigned today, it's due next week.
Okay.
So if you're at your internship sites, you'll be able to use the one that I send you after class today,
Okay.
okay? If you're not at your internship site yet, because you haven't started yet, what are you supposed to do?
They send us something on the page that says, no internship yet.
Yeah, so Alex may start Wednesday, she may not, it depends on if we have a job coach for her. So if she doesn't start next week, she's just gonna send me the same form, but say, I haven't started work yet.
Well, do I start mine next week? Do I start my form next week?
Yes,
I want to make sure this is a new place. I don't know about job posting yet.
right, but you can do yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can always do your self-evaluation.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for me not to get your self-evaluation every week, right? Cause you're responsible for that. And like we talked about last week, you guys did a much better job when you guys were responsible for turning them in. So we're gonna keep you guys in charge of those, okay? And if I see that I'm not getting them from a job coach, then I can help you take care of that, okay? But you can always turn yours in, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody have homework for today to turn in? I had some questions that you were supposed to answer. Did you guys get that?
What were, did you guys have questions?
Yeah. Well, no, I guess I sent that to the people that weren't here.
Oh yeah, you said there were no. You said there was no homework. I
You're
forgot.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. So I did get it from the people that are online. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about goals. Okay.
Yep.
Not like classroom goals, not recreational goals, not academic goals. Talking about work goals. Garrett?
I'm getting paid through,
Are you getting paid through Airmark?
yes.
Yes. Okay. So how about this? Let's make a deal.
Yep.
So for class next week, I'm not gonna expect any of your job coaches to fill out the form. I just want the form from you,
Okay.
okay? Because we gotta figure out how often we want
Yeah.
the air marks, the subways, how
Yeah.
often we want those guys to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, or if Airmark's gonna do it, or maybe Katie's gonna do it, you know, we gotta figure out a couple of those
Yeah,
little
we have to.
logistics. So the only thing due next Thursday is your own self-evaluation of how you're doing at your internship site. Again, if you don't go next week, cause you haven't started yet, you still need to put your name at the top and then just put a note that says, hey, I haven't started my internship. yet."
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I'll send that out in my note. Does that help, Julia?
Yes.
Yeah, that
If you still have a question, it's okay.
I'm
really need to worry about is for next week, just Julia has to fill it out.
And it'll be on Blackboard or you can.
It'll be on Blackboard, I'm also gonna send it in the email today after class,
Okay,
okay?
sounds great.
We turn it in next Thursday.
You can turn it in next Thursday, or when you complete it, you're more than welcome to email it to me, whichever one works
That's
best
not
for
my
you.
deal.
Whatever you like to do, okay? If you're an electronic person and you wanna send it electronically, send it electronically, okay?
Okay.
To me. Don't respond to Blackboard, cause it goes into some weird, I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, no.
Okay?
Oh, so not through Blackboard,
No, send it to me in an email.
just straight to you.
You do is you, save it to desktop and then you
Sorry.
forward it on there.
Okay?
I got you.
Alright, so I'd like to talk a little bit about, I'm just checking the time.
Sorry about that.
Goals. Okay, cause all of you guys need to think about one or two goals that you wanna start out working on.
That's another thing, that's another thing.
Okay, they have to do with work, okay? And what I want you to spend a few minutes thinking about is, what were some things that you struggled with at your last internship?
That's what I'm gonna look at.
Did you have trouble with attendance? Like, did you call in sick a lot of times, or show up late a lot of times? Did you have trouble staying on task?
No, I had trouble with this.
Did you have trouble speaking respectfully to your coworkers? Did you have trouble wearing the right clothes or the right uniform? Did you forget to brush your teeth before you went to work? What kinds of things,
Oh my God.
what kind of things did you struggle with at your old job? Because we're gonna start out with things that it doesn't matter what job you're at, you need to work on them to be successful. If you're always late, doesn't matter if you're cleaning animal cages or if you're serving food or fixing computers. If you're always late, you're gonna lose your job. Okay? Or if you're calling in sick all the time, I can't come in, I'm not feeling well, or I don't wanna go to work today, okay? Those things, doesn't matter where you're working, you're not gonna be able to hold on to your job. Okay, those are what we call soft skills, okay? A soft skill is something that you have to be able to do no matter where you work.
Right.
Be on time, wear the right uniform, be appropriately dressed,
Nope.
be presentable, have your deodorant on, your teeth brushed, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Okay, it doesn't matter where you're working,
Nope.
if you don't do those things, you're not gonna be able to hold on to your job.
Not gonna have a job at all.
Julia,
I've heard, I know when people like say that they're coughing or when they're like vomiting, but they're really not, but they're pretending like I'm calling sick, saying I'm not feeling well, but I'm really coming to work or something. Do people still get fired that way if they're pretending to be sick?
yeah?
Yes.
Because what happens in the end is, if you're not what's called a reliable worker, okay, if you're not showing up consistently for your shift, someone else has to do your work. So eventually they'll say, I'm gonna get rid of this person because they're not here all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the other bad thing about calling in sick. When,
Yeah.
when maybe you're just a little tired.
Whether it's real or not.
That's not-
Right, or
excuse
maybe
them,
you're
man.
not feeling great, but you're probably okay to go to work, but you call in anyway. And then what happens usually is a couple weeks later, you really get sick, and so then you have to call in, so now you've missed multiple
That
days,
is no excuse.
okay? So that's how things usually get like out of control, is you'll take a day here or there just because
That
you're
is
kind
no
of
excuse
tired.
at all.
And then you actually truly get sick and you have to take a couple more days, and before you know it, you've missed 4 or 5 days of work,
That's
okay?
no excuse at all.
So that's how people usually wind up getting fired.
No excuse.
When they are really sick or they are really
Yeah.
like fake coughing to be
Yeah.
sick or something.
Or
Yep.
fake
I
it.
mean, if you're truly sick, you should not go to work,
No.
especially if you work with food or elderly people or kids, because you're gonna get them sick. We are all sick from time to time at
Yes.
work,
Yes.
okay? But you truly need to save them for the days that you really, really are sick. Michael,
If you didn't go sick days,
pardon?
when you sick days like do us.
Right, some companies give you sick days, you get so many sick days for how long
Yeah.
you've been there,
There you
that kind of stuff. A lot of places, when they hire you, you cannot call in sick the first 90 days that you work.
Wow.
It's called your probationary period. Remember when we talked?
First 30 days.
Yeah, remember when we talked about that last semester?
Yeah.
Yes.
We saw the guy that tried to call in sick, remember?
Oh, yeah.
On the video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, take a few minutes. Excuse me. You know, maybe you're in a whole new, you've done food service before, and now you're in IT or something like that, so you really wanna learn
Yeah.
how the basics of a computer are, or something like that. But take a few minutes and think about what are one or two goals that you wanna start out working on. Hopefully these are things that maybe you need to learn your coworkers' names, okay? Maybe you need to learn the bus route to get to your new site,
We need to learn,
okay?
register.
Yeah, maybe you need to learn the schedule for your day when you're at work.
Yep.
What are a couple of the really easy, basic things that you wanna start out working on for goals? You can either write it down on a piece of paper, or you can craft an email and send it to me. I would like to have at least 2 ideas from each of you,
Right, we can.
okay? My email is,
Ran in a piece of paper.
What are the 2 ideas?
you gotta come up with them, I don't know what you
Right,
wanna
it's
work
paper,
on, Miss
but
Julia.
I
I
can't
gave
go
you some
electronic. I
ideas.
can't go
We
electronically.
just make them, just tell you.
I need them written down because I won't be able to. So you can either write them or you can send them in an email. Once everyone gets some thoughts down, I'll give you my email address.
I need
It's also on the silver
help with that. I don't know what to put for my goals yet.
Say that again?
I don't know what to do for my goals. 'Cause I'm working at a new place. Don't know what
Working
goals.
at a new place, so what would be some good things to focus on at a new place?
It's
Or
kind of tough to I don't know what the job is gonna be like really.
True. So one of the things you need to probably work on is to go in and with an open mind and to give it a chance.
I do.
Because even just the first day, you know, the first day on a job, sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not.
I always give it open. I'm always open minded.
So you could have a goal of, you know, waiting 3 work days to decide whether you like the job or not, right? You could work on communicating with your new supervisor. That's something
I don't know
else.
how much I'm not sure how much I'll see him.
But you can
He
still-
works at Resident. I'm at Langston.
Okay. So think about it. Were you having trouble were you a little bit late sometimes before?
Oh, well.
A little?
Well, yeah, because I wait on the shuttle. I have to wait on the shuttle oftentimes. And if you don't have the right time, you miss the shuttle.
Let me ask you a question. Can everyone stop what you're doing?
Yeah.
So if you have to take a bus or a train or even drive a car, and you're a little bit late because maybe you had to stop and put gas in your car, or maybe the shuttle was late, is that an okay reason to be late for work?
No.
No, because what it really means, Mr. South, is you should be catching an earlier shuttle.
Call
Yeah.
them, figure it
You
out.
can, but in the end, I've always told my students, telling me that you're late because of the bus or the shuttle or because it snowed outside or whatever,
Not an excuse.
traffic, you know, on occasion, every once in a while, you could probably be late for that. But if you're always like 5 or 10 minutes late, or once a week you're 5 or 10 minutes late because of the shuttle, guess what? You really should be catching an earlier shuttle. You shouldn't be cutting it that close, if that makes sense. In Chicago, my students would try to tell me that they were late because it snowed. And I would say to them, you know what? It snows in Chicago all the time. So you watch the weather the night before, and if it's gonna snow, you get up a little bit earlier and catch a little earlier bus. Okay, I would leave my house and my car earlier so that I wasn't late. Okay? So yes, every once in a while,
Yeah.
you know, a train, derail, you know, something
Yeah.
really bad happens, but it's not okay on a consistent basis.
Yeah, you're not in view of the thing.
Well, me is
one, when you're starting out in a new job, trying to make, you know,
It's like, so if we give me like it's like getting used to all the stuff, the days and all that stuff.
you know, a natural goal is getting used to the routine at work. Okay, that's a good first goal, okay? So come up with one or two, so those of you that are online people, you need to come up with one or two goals that you think that you wanna work on this quarter, and you need to email them in to me.
Yeah, I can't see you.
I've got them.
It's okay.
You were out of view for a little bit.
Okay, I'll repeat it.
You have to be in view at all times for this,
Yeah.
basically.
No, can you see me right now, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got them.
So for those of you that are online students, what we're currently working on in class is everyone's coming up with one or two goals that apply to their job site, that they wanna work on to start off the semester being successful at work. So think about one or two goals, write them down in an email and send them to me. That's your in-class work today.
Who's in charge of uploading the video?
Say that again?
Who's in charge of uploading?
You?
Uh-oh.
You know how to upload it?
Okay? So my email is
What's the question again?
I just,
one or two goals that you wanna start the semester.
I just use
Oh,
my
yeah.
piece of paper.
It's the button. One or two goals that you wanna start working on at your job site.
I'm not gonna send an email, just gonna write them.
You may write them down on a piece of paper if you're in class.
That's not it.
And I'm gonna put my email up here.
That board is a mess.
So actually, Seth, you can stop that for right now.
That board is a mess. That board is a mess.
I can stop.